Okay, I'd say I'm a fashion enthusiast, and one of the things that get me out there actually is self-esteem. And for me, self-esteem means that I have to look good. The fact that you're disabled doesn't mean that so unafaa to parara and all. So looking good is my first weapon to face the world. Juu nikikaa vizuri, I'll obviously be confident enough to walk around, even if I'm not with my friends. Yeah.
Hello guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Okola Lavender, and in this episode I'm going to present to you Able Differently Maseno chapter. I'm so excited that I'm going to interview the very first lady in this session, so you are welcome. What's your name?
I am Isabella Kinyi Onyango.
Yes, Isabella. Which course are you pursuing?
I'm partaking a course in Bachelor of Arts, Linguistics and Literature, third year, Maseno University.
Okay, thank you, Isabella. So, were you born physically challenged, or may you account for what happened until you find yourself being able differently?
Actually, I wasn't born physically challenged. It is an acquired condition at the age of 7 when I kind of just developed an illness, and my parents had to take me to hospital, and they diagnosed me with juvenile arthritis at that time. I can take to account that it was a painful experience and all that, but yeah, I'm coping well as it now.
Okay. So, what happened that, okay, after being diagnosed and then waking up from maybe the hospital bed, did you find yourself limping while walking, or how did it come about?
At that time, I was just okay. I just had severe pain in the joints, and with time, as I grew older, the illness was eating my bones from inside, which led to the limb shortening. As I continue growing older, the illness eats the bone, and yeah, that is how it all happened.
That's so, we are so sorry. And then, so having undergone through this diagnosis and waking up finding yourself that you can't walk properly, did this ever affect you physically or mentally or psychologically?
At that time, I wouldn't say really. Actually, no, not in any way. I just took it positively, considering the fact that my parents were always there, always supportive, and yeah.
So perhaps at primary levels, how did the kids maybe relate to you?
At primary level, I would say I had real supportive friends again and real supportive teachers too. I would experience difficulties, maybe accessing the toilets at school, and my teachers would help me go to the toilet. My friends would do the same as well. And most times, I would say I was usually ill and not in school, so my friends would bring the assignments for me at home. My teachers would also do the same, and they add that communication with my parents to be able to assist me as far as learning is concerned. Don't catch up with how the other students at school are doing as far as academics is concerned.
Oh, that was awesome. And so, did you ever face any challenges maybe at primary?
The only challenge I'd say was with movements, accessing loos, accessing classes. Our school was in a kind of topography, and it was kind of hilly, stones and all that, and walking in that condition with crutches. At that time, I would say I was not like moving by myself. I used to use crutches as my means of movement, and yeah.
That might have been awful with the topography. But again, are you registered with any organization that deals with people with disability?
Yes, I'm registered with the National Council for Persons with Disability. I have a disability identification card, and I have been a beneficiary of the council academically and with assistive devices as well.
Oh, that is good. And so, this, like the one you've said, it is is it at the county level, or does it even extend to the villages, maybe to your village or the other villages within your locality?
It is a national council, but I'm sure it extends to the villages and at county level as well. Because to actually get assisted, you have to visit the chief to recognize you as a member of the community who's disabled and write for you a recommendation letter in case you need education assistance from the council. The same happens with the county management.
So, as a person with disability, have you ever faced any form of stigma or discrimination from your peers, colleagues, and even superiors?
I would say it's a no and a yes answer, because it's a no because I've never really realized if somebody is being stigmatizing or something. But I would say that I've never interacted with an environment that is hostile to me. But I would also say it's a yes answer, because most times when you are not like the normal people, you'll face tears from people, maybe watu wanaongea chini chini and you don't know what they're saying. Yeah, and that is still stigma because it makes you feel low in some way.
So, in such a scenario, what do you do?
I would say I would just assume the whole situation and just go about my business. I believe in myself as a person. I realize myself as a able differently person, and that is what is important. It's about a me problem. It's not a people's problem.
I believe there are people out there who are struggling to live with disability. So maybe, and they are facing these challenges that may perhaps you haven't faced. So, what do you think are some of the common forms of stigma and discrimination that people normally face?
I would say the most common type of stigma, which is so basic, is just the stares and maybe ill comments you get from people. It makes you feel like you really are different when you don't actually even realize it. Where as a person, you carry yourself as just every other normal person outside there. So I would really uh, inspire somebody out there who's facing stigma to just be positive about themselves and go out there and just be you, do you, just like every other normal person does.
Okay, that's awesome. So, do you think the society is doing enough when it comes to supporting people living with disability?
I would say yes. Personally, the society, starting from my parents back at home, my siblings, every member of the family, they have been like very supportive and very including. Like they've been very inclusive of me in the family, from every chore done at home, from everything done at home, decision making, every process done at home. Yeah.
Okay, aside from your family, maybe the villagers or the community at large?
The community at large, I'd say, are very supportive because of the fact that disability is now something that has been brought up, and people are aware that people in our communities have disabilities of various types, and this community, they assist in every way they can, from helping you with your movement to financial assistances to educational assistances. Some of them, I am sure, even participate in arambes to enable somebody who's differently able to access educational services, to health services, because most times you unapata people who are disabled, they have to like undergo several health services to maintain their accessibility status, to help them move around, to help them be close to normal at least. So I would say that the society is very, very supportive and very, yeah, very supportive.